Who needs MJ when you have M. Shea? Yeah, I just said that. Big whoop. Want to fight about it? Let's recap week 18. Look ahead to week 19. We got fantasy basketball playoffs just around the corner. Hey guys, Andrew from Angle Fantasy Basketball here. Welcome to the weekly recap show. We are recapping week 18 of the fantasy basketball season. Some big news that happened this week. The Lakers completed a 20-plus point comeback against the Clippers and during the middle of this week. Massive performances from LeBron James as he finally passed the 40,000 career point mark. Every single point from this point forward coming from LeBron James is just another step forward in history as the number one scorer in NBA history. Amazing, amazing stuff from the King himself. Jokic and his Denver Nuggets beat the aforementioned Lakers over the weekend. Lakers can just never really seem to get past them. Also, Luka Doncic had a massive triple-double on Sunday. The Dallas Mavericks have been absolutely rolling lately ever since their trade deadline acquisitions. So the MVP battle is really heating up there. But of course, there is a third man in the running in the MVP battle, and that is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's segue into some dynasty talk here. I think that the way Shai has been playing lately, there's a very, very good argument for him to be right behind Victor Wembanyama in dynasty rank as the number 2 overall dynasty player. Obviously, on many dynasty analyst boards, there should be some type of combination of either Jokic, Luka, or Shai occupying the number 2 spot right behind Wemby is what you're most typically going to see. So the reason why I think Shai has a very good argument to be the number 2 overall dynasty ranked player for starters is because the season that Shai is having is extremely similar to some of the numbers that Michael Jordan put up in his prime. The only person in NBA history to average during a season at least 31 points, 6 assists, 2 steals per game, accompanied by 50% shooting from the field, was Michael Jordan himself. He achieved these numbers in back-to-back seasons from 1988 to 1990. As of this moment in time, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 30.9 points per game, 6.5 assists, 2.1 steals, shooting 54% from the floor. You can even round that up to 55%, actually. Absolutely monster performance from Shai. I still think he doesn't get enough recognition. Him and the Oklahoma City Thunder in general. They need more national TV time. They need more exposure. This team is going to be a problem for the rest of the league for a really long time. All right, looking ahead to week 19, some leagues, including a couple of dynasty leagues that I'm in, for example, are actually going to get their playoffs started in week 19. So we need to start paying attention very closely to who we're going to be choosing in regards to our streaming choices. When we look at week 19, we can see it's actually a very balanced week. Lots of days with either 7 or 8 games. There's none of that occasions of, 12 games on this day and then 3 games the next day. There's really nothing like that happening. So for the teams that are playing 4 times next week, we have a good amount of them. First off is going to be Atlanta. Next is the Nets. The Nets actually play 5 times next week. They are the only team that does so. They are an absolutely great streaming choice for next week. The Bulls play 4 games. All the rest of these guys play 4 games from this point forward. The Bulls, the Cavaliers, the Rockets, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Grizzlies, the Heat, the Bucks, the Wolves, the Thunder, the Magic, the 76ers, the Blazers, the Kings, and the Wizards. They all play 4 times in week 19. There are actually no teams that play 2 times on week 19. So that's a symptom of the really good balance of the league that we have in regards to dispersal of games for week 19. The lowest volume day is going to be on Monday. There's 6 games. Every other day is going to have 7 or more games, so somewhere between 7 to 9 games on each of the other days. So that's what we're looking at in our 4s and 2s. Looking ahead to week 19. For those of you who are going to be in fantasy playoffs, if it's going to be either your week 1 or potentially even your week 2, best of luck to you moving forward. All right, now let's look into reviewing Braxton's buy and sell. So Braxton puts out a buy sell article every single week. It comes out on anglefantasybasketball.wordpress.com. Make sure you check it out. Best website in the world. So for his choices on week 18, so each time he puts this out, it's always going to be on Monday, so at the beginning of each week. So for when he put this out on Monday of week 18, his buy of the week was for Taylor Hendricks. Taylor Hendricks is definitely a very long-term play for redraft leagues at the end of the season here. Some people wanted to go out and grab him right after Kelly Olynyk and Simone Fontecchio were traded away from Utah. Grab him and stash him because that was obviously a clear signal that Utah was planning to play Hendricks a lot because they didn't bring back anybody who plays a similar position to him. So Hendricks has been playing a good amount. He ranked in as in the top 120, so 118th. So that actually is some pretty good value in regards to a redraft buy for this week. He averaged 8 points, 9 rebounds, and a steal and almost a block per game. He made a 3 per game as well, so he's almost at a 111 number. So Taylor Hendricks is always someone that is proposed to have a pretty good 9 category stat set. Close to double-double with points and rebounds, as well as the 111. Obviously, you can see why he's a pretty good 9 category player. So great option to buy Taylor Hendricks if possible, or if he's on your waiver and you're in a 12-team league or deeper, it might be time to scoop him up here. The sell for Braxton for week 18 was Bojan Bogdanovic. He ranked just barely inside the top 150 of this week. So, pretty much just streaming level production. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 threes per game, only 0.3 steals, no blocks per game. So absolutely 0 defensive production, only offense, which is obviously something you can stream for. So if you were able to get any kind of value out of Bojan Bogdanovic, good for you. However, now that we saw Jalen Brunson get hurt, if you did maybe have Bojan as a stream today or something like that, potentially hang on for just a little bit. Let's see what happened to Brunson because that's a pretty big offensive load that needs to be filled if he is going to be out. Shout out to Deuce McBride too, playing over 40 minutes. That's also somebody who we're going to potentially want to look at as a streaming option for Monday. So if you have a claim available tonight going into tomorrow, Deuce McBride is definitely worth taking a stab at. All right, on to the Angle Fantasy Basketball Player of the Week. This guy, man, I had to play against Wembanyama in a 30-team dynasty this week. It's just unbelievable the 9 category production that this guy has. He is just an unstoppable one-man wrecking team. So for this week, Wemby shot 53% from the field, 84% from the line, 25 points per game, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.7 steals, and another week of averaging 5 blocks per game. He also made 3.3 three-pointers per game. My goodness, the absolutely most deserved Angle Fantasy Basketball Player of the Week. How many times throughout this guy's career is he going to win this? Is he going to win Player of the Week or Player of the Month, Player of the Year, MVP? This guy is absolutely unbelievable. Nothing we've ever seen before. That's going to do it for us today for Week 18 recap. Be sure to join us next Sunday evening for a recap of Week 19. We're going to take a bit of a deeper dive looking into the upcoming playoff schedules as well. If you like this video, be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Be sure to visit our website for all of our content. Best website in the world, anglefantasybasketball.wordpress.com. And I'll catch you later.